Are we cooked, chat? Now, for anyone who doesn't know, I've been playing Genshin Impact for quite a while. And even though there have been several characters I've wanted to grab along the way, and have made a mediocre attempt at building some others, there is a character I have acquired today that I think will really help my account not only clear the current Spiral Abyss, but future ones in Imaginarium theaters alike. Since initially I wanted characters like Zhongli and Navia, I had really looked forward to them, until a new character released which I really enjoyed the gameplay of. Now yes, this character is a little meta, but I think she's really fun. That character being Zibai. So, why don't we go ahead and try and build her in one go and see if she saves us from the current Spiral Abyss. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Starting off with her team. So for a team, I'm thinking something simple. This is probably the setup I'm going to use. Yes, I have Colombina at 80, Jalonan at 80. I do need to get all three of these characters probably up to 81 or 80 ascended, just so that this team could function properly. But after we're done testing and building, and yes, I did pre-farm quite a bit for this character, I would like to try and tackle Abyss today, and possibly even try out Lunar Mode in the new Imaginarium Theater. I'm unsure how our rotations are going to go with this specific team, but I'm imagining it would be something like this. She instantly died. Okay. She died again. And by somewhere better, of course I mean bullying or Regisvine. I did see a pretty high 12k there at level 1, which is actually kind of crazy. Now, I'm not sure if that was her damage or someone else's, but Regisvines are pushovers, so this shouldn't be too bad. And I somehow died again. Now, before that embarrassment continues, how about we equip Zibai with what I got prepared for her? Obviously, we're going to run her on her free-to-play option of Harbinger of Dawn, which is an incredible weapon, and is going to be our primary weapon for her going forward. So let's get her on that, which should already increase some of her stats. But we also have a full artifact set, not exactly leveled, but should be usable. 30 CV sands, not completely bad, actually really good now that I think about it. We're going to be running her on double defense, of course. We are running her on a crit damage circlet, and then we have a double crit flower, 4-statter, or 3-statter. And an off-piece feather for now, because we do not have a good on-piece one. So, for leveling, let's start with our goblet. Another 3-statter, but this should go decently well. Oof, attack already, that is not looking great. We're hoping for crits and EM. Crits and EM, come on game. Crit rate, okay. Can I get a crit rate or crit damage? Crit damage, okay. I would prefer another crit damage here. So if that rolls that way instead of going the full 4 split, that would be incredible, but let's see. Another flat attack, that is sad. Well, let's roll our circlet. Hopefully we see a lot more worth out of this. Elemental Mastery, great. Crit rate, amazing. Another crit rate. This is going really well. A third crit rate. That puts us up to 24 CV. 25 CV almost. And some energy. I would have preferred that one into EM or defense, but that is perfectly fine. Now for our... do we go feather or flower first? Feather or flower? I think we go feather first. Defense percent, okay. Defense percent again. Can we not keep doing this? Okay, crit rate. Can we get some crit damage? Elemental Mastery. While they're asking. Crit rate, crit damage. Crit damage, okay. Defense, not horrible, but not great either. We can get rid of this abomination. Should have done that from the start though. Defense and crit rate. It's not completely horrible. It's 25 CV, we get some extra defense. Obviously flat defense is horrible, but we could always reshape this feather. Let's see what our Zibai stats are looking like with just artifacts and weapon. 202 over 77 is actually overcapped, so maybe we should try re-rolling to get less crit rate. I believe we only need about 70, so if we need to, we might actually be able to swap this out for like a Blackcliff sword. That could be great, but overall I think this is still better because it just allows us to focus on specific things more. Let's get our Zibai leveled. Now I think I can get her straight to 80, and when flowers reset tomorrow I should be able to get her up to 90. By the way, this was a 81 pity Zibai, so it actually came really late. I did lose my 50-50 trying to get her. It's not a huge deal. It's like, yeah, we win some, we lose some. That just kind of happens. But this is looking really promising so far. Crit damage is really high. Crit rate is really high. Obviously, we do want way more crit rate. Shoot. We are just short of getting her to 80. Let's see. Can we go? Yes, we can go grab that. So let's go do that. I've always wanted to do what that one guy does, so I'm gonna try it out. Beep, boop, beep, beep, bada, beam, boom, pow. My editing self is going to probably hate me for this. Those who understand the pain of not having the local specialty character, like I do not own Yan Fei or Chi-Chi on this account, but on my alt I have both, which I find to be crazy. Yes, I actually rolled on her the last time she was on banner, and I somehow missed her completely out of I think like 60 rolls. Can't remember the exact number, but yeah, running around in this circle is torture. That's all something. Now, just to answer some questions that you, the audience, might have. Team comp. Obviously, I'm having this specific set of characters. Why Shalonen over Goro? One, Cinder is also a very great buff. But the main reason is I do not have Goro at C4. I have him at C3. And if I could get him up to C4, then I would probably use him in this team over Shalonen. But the reason I'm using Shalonen mainly is because of the Harbinger of Dawn. I need healing. So C4 Goro would actually help on that a lot. I see some people probably thinking why I'm not running wheelchair Zibai. I just prefer the Geo Zibai setup. The Shalonen buffs from having 3 Geo members are pretty decent, all that type of stuff. Get some free standard wishes. We could do those pulls real quick as a little bonus for the episode. I actually think I'm pretty close to a 4-star. Let's check our pity. Yeah, we are about 2 pity away, so we should be able to hit it within the next 3 pulls. Obviously, we just got Skyward Harp, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Would have still preferred either a different weapon or a character from that 5-star slot, but it's fine. I could run that on probably my Yoimiya. And this should be it, 4-star. Let's see who we get, or what we get. Aizo. I don't mind that. I actually want Aizo at C6. He is one of my favorite characters. I have not built him yet, but I have played around with him at this level. He's actually really fun, a really cool driver. I will probably build Aoife first since I have him C6, build him on a Farazan team, who I sadly do not have C6, but will try to get in the future. Well, whatever. Let's look at our level 80 Zibai. We obviously need a lot more Glaze Lilies. When the flowers reset for the day, I'll probably go ahead and get this, which will have our Zibai at 241, which makes us actually incredible. So let's see. Our defense is currently sitting at 2.3k, which is great. We are 107, which is a little over cap, but we also have 240 crit damage as of tomorrow. I'll probably log on to a few friends' accounts to grind up those Glaze Lilies. Let's see, our artifacts are decent. Our Circlet rolled a lot of crit rate, which was really nice. I would have preferred the energy and EM went into defense on this specific piece, but that's still perfectly fine. We got a lot of crit rate on our Sands here, which is okay. I think our weakest piece is definitely our Goblet. And possibly, very possibly, also our Feather. But it does have a lot of defense percent, which can't really ask for much more. We could obviously switch out here, which could be fine. I don't think I need my Llama at such high ratios, so I think I'll switch out my Flower for that, which should push us up a bit. And do we re-roll this is the real question. No, I don't think so. For now, we'll just be overcapped on crit rate, that's fine. We're gonna be at 245 tomorrow. Maybe we can re-roll that Goblet in the future. Maybe we can get our crit rate lower at some point. What's our highest crit rate piece? Probably the Sands. If we get another Sands with like crit damage on it, I might just roll that Sands. Like crit damage, defense percent as the main stat with probably EM and like flat defense or stuff. Because I don't think we need all of this crit rate. Obviously we only need to lose 7, but this is still a perfectly fine build for Zibai, I believe. 2300 defense will be higher when we ascend her and 90 her. 108 over 235. That is going to be 108 over 245 tomorrow. But once again, hopefully we can get some better stats here and there. Maybe slap a bit more energy or EM on her, but outside of that, we are looking fine. So maybe let's go grind up our Ilua to at least level 70. We'll have to spend some fragiles on this, but that is a-okay. Okay, and we are back, people, and our Ilua is now more or less built. So obviously we put him up to 70 just so that we can get his talents up. I ended up getting his 4th constellation when trying to get C4 Goro, sorry, his 3rd constellation. So his burst is up even further. We have him on triple EM main stat since we don't need him to have personal damage. We need his buff. We have him on Dragon's Bane, so he is currently at 800 elemental mastery. Maybe a little low on his energy since that is only 144, but we can work on that since we don't really need the excess energy for this abyss. But why did I try and go for C4? Why did I try and go for C4 Goro? It's because Shalona doesn't actually heal on this team, and I am very stupid since her burst specifies when she has 2 changed source samples, which she wouldn't because she can't have 2 changed source samples on a triple Geo team. So I ended up deciding we will do wheelchair comp for Zibai, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, let's just let the Zibai build talk for itself. One last check through over the Zibai team. So for Zibai herself, obviously we have her at 235 over 70 something, I believe. Her health isn't maxed out right now, so she's not getting the 28% passive buff. So she's currently at 78 when she's at max health, meaning she's overcapped on crit rate. We have her at 235 right now. Tomorrow she'll be 245. She is on 4-piece Knights of Sky Unveiling, and yeah, she's on Harbinger of Dawn. Our Itlua just showed him off. He is on the Dragon's Bane and 4-piece Silken Moon. He's gonna be they're gonna be paired up with Colombina, of course, which is on 4-piece Abood of Morning Star, and on a Woodsith. I know I should probably run her on a prototype Amber, but I don't have one right now, so this is perfectly fine. And last but not least, we're gonna put them with a Nefa, who is of course on Gilded Dreams and on Prospector's Shovel. So let's let this team talk for itself, and I'll see you when it's over.
Surge. 3 moons converge. Insulation chamber.
Light compels you!
Lofty wisdom will show us the way! Smite the dust! Preparing for dust-up. Cleanup sequence. Flame.
Go get him, Aiden!
The sky clear, the glazed moon shines! Smite the dust! A moonlit night for all. Whoa.
Defensive mode engaged.
Begone, shadow of darkness, while the light shines bright!
Be cleansed!
Insulation chamber.
Behold the dawn!
Lofty wisdom will show us the way! Light the dust! A new moon rises. Surge.
Ultimatum protocol. Defensive mode.
Target acquired. Light compels you!
Divine light, shield them! Light the dust! Flame.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
3 moons converge.
Begone, shadow of darkness!
Without further ado, lofty wisdom will show us the way!
Preparing for dust-up.
You got this!
The sky clear, the glazed moon shines! Light the dust! Surge. A for all.
Defensive mode engaged.
While the light shines bright, light
Divine light.
Shield them! Like the dust!
Ultimatum protocol.
You got this! Behold the dawn!
Be cleansed! Like the dust!
And with that, we have completed the Abyss, guys. Obviously, we could have 36 starred this if our first side was a little bit stronger. For example, if we had a character like Flynn's, I do 100% believe we could have 36 starred this Abyss very easily. Or maybe there is something I'm completely missing and I could have done it with the characters I have on my account, as I'm sure a lot of you will probably tell me in the comments. But I think that Zibai was very strong here. She defeated almost every floor in roughly a minute, and if a character is able to clear a floor in under a minute and a half, I personally think that they are floor 12 ready and possibly even theater ready. I know that Lunar Charge and Lunar Crystallize are really big in this current Abyss, and I really do feel like Colombina is heavily wanted both sides because I know falls short on the first side a lot. But I did want to talk about some things real quick that I didn't get to mention that I was originally going to talk about during this entire Abyss run, but I decided to do it silent and give you guys some music to just really focus on the Zibai gameplay. One, I am very awkward right now. I have never really made a gaming video before. I'm not really sure how this usually goes, so I'm still getting used to it. But either way, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I know likely by rebuilding some of these characters, I could probably get a really easy clear, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm hoping to improve a lot of these characters in the coming future, but for now, I think this is all great. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been Six, and this has been the Fiction Weavers. Until next time, guys, see you.